Hi, Lead MN. My name is Eric Hepner. I am the Director of Student Life at Central Lakes College, and I want to tell you a little bit about making voter engagement fun with student life. So oftentimes it seems as though the work of voter outreach and get out the vote, it really seems to fall to the student government to make that happen each and every semester. Well, there are other partners on campus that are normally happy to help. So I know a lot of your campuses have a student life department. A lot of you may be working pretty closely with them already. If they're not engaged in your voter engagement work, that's something you should reach out to them, tell them about the different opportunities that exist. Your missions are if not the same, very similar. So it behooves you to make sure that you bring them in and make them partners in this work. So I want to tell you a little bit how we've done that at Central Lakes College. So one of our events that we've done for voter registration in the past is Rock the Vote. And Rock the Vote might sound similar. There's a national organization called Rock the Vote. So we've kind of pieced together and incorporated different parts that they've done over the years and made this into an event for National Voter Registration Day, which is normally the third or the fourth Tuesday of September for each year. So obviously we register students to vote. So League of Women Voters, we work really closely with them and we invite them on campus and they help us with training for registering to vote. And together with their team, we're able to get, I think last time in 2018, we were able to get about 250 students registered to vote during this event. So definitely probably one of our bigger events for voter registration. As the name implies, we have live music and that brings in a lot of students. We also have free food, so we attract students to our area that way. The free food is available to anyone that comes. It doesn't matter if you register to vote or pledge to vote or anything like that. You can have free food no matter what. We have different booths for voter swag. We'll talk a little bit about some different areas where you can get some of that voter swag, and that seems to be pretty popular with our students as well. And another really important part of the day is meeting local candidates, actual local, state, and national candidates. So we invite those folks on campus, and I think this last time in 2018, we had over 20 of them actually come out for the event, so pretty successful. And we make sure to invite all candidates, regardless of party or platform, and they come on campus and they meet with students. They do some tabling during this time, and it's a really great opportunity for our students to learn about, where those candidates stand on certain issues that are important to students. We also have our Pledge to Vote station as well, making sure that not only are students going to register to vote, but we get them to the next step, which is actually voting as well. And that's something we'll talk about here in a little bit. Voter education is super important, so we have a lot of events that make sure that we make informed voters. So I know for myself, there's been plenty of times throughout the course of my voting history where I haven't made the best choices. And a lot of that had to do with just not being informed about what that candidate stood for, what they believed. So being able to help students kind of understand that really makes them feel more empowered and will lead to more knowledgeable voting. So our Civic Showdown is one event that we've had some success with. And basically what it is it's a set of challenges that students can complete, and they complete those for points and then they post those to social media. So our grand prize this last time was a Samsung 55-inch LED TV, so pretty good prize. And as you can see on the right there, there's a list of challenges. Registering to vote is 25 points. Casting your ballot early, 100 points, assigned a larger total to that because obviously we really want to push students in Minnesota to vote early if they can. Registering another student to vote is worth points. Attending student senate meetings, being involved, that's worth points. Attending local or city meetings, volunteering in your community, that's worth quite a few points as well. So students just they record each time that they get points by taking a selfie and then posting that to social media with the hashtag CLC Civic Showdown, and then we're able to track those submissions with that hashtag and be able to see which students are in the lead. And this is an event that goes for quite a while. We actually have this run from the start of the fall semester all the way until just past the election. Another voter education event that we've done in the past is we've hosted debates both in the community and on campus, but we found that typically it's just community members that have been attending those. So they actually live stream the event now. So what we've done in the past is just kind of create a fun environment for a debate watch party. So we use our Student Life Center and we have a bunch of free pizza and students can come in, just hang out, have good conversation, and watch the debate. Oftentimes these debates are local candidates that a lot of students may not know, but they have the ability oftentimes to vote for that person or those folks. So it's great for them to be able to see, which person aligns with their values. Another event or resource that we've put out in the past for students is our CLC voter guide. I'll try to show it to you here. So this is our CLC voter guide, and this is just a little booklet that we put together, and we use this both electronically and we print some copies as well. But we ask each candidate 3 questions, and sorry, my dogs are kind of crazy here. And with that, we make sure that we include all candidates. And it's just a nice little voter guide that students can kind of flip through, see who's running for office, who they have the ability to vote for, and it's kind of just a handy tool that they can actually take with them to their polling place, so they have a little bit more information on who's running and what platform they're running on. We make sure to ask the same exact questions to each and every candidate, and then they provide their answers, and we just put those in word for word. Get back to the presentation here. Ballot access is another really important component of the election cycle. So one of the events that we've done to try to help with that is our event called Pizza to the Polls. And we run this through Student Senate, and they provide a free pizza lunch each Monday and Thursday throughout the fall semester. And that free pizza lunch is for anyone. And when you come to that free pizza lunch, you're offered the opportunity to go vote early at our local courthouse. So if the student lives in Crow Wing County, which most of our students do, then we're able to take them over there, even get them registered if they're not already at the courthouse, and give them the opportunity to vote. So it's not something that you have to go vote in order to get the free pizza, but it's definitely something where you're given the opportunity to. And we've had some pretty good results with getting a lot of students that have said, oh, I probably wouldn't have voted if it weren't for this. So we find that to be pretty successful. Another ballot access event that we've done in the past is an event actually on either the day before or the day of, normally the day before the election, is we have our democracy dinner. So we have a free meal for students, and it's open to all. And when they come, we've got different Student Senate volunteers and Student Life volunteers that visit with students as they're eating to help them make a plan to vote if they haven't voted already. Oftentimes we find that a lot of our students already have voted, which is great. We give them kudos for that. But then there's always a few that haven't made it to the polls yet. And we want to make sure that they know where they can go vote. What are some of the items that they may need in order to make sure that that happens. And just having a plan to vote is always a very important part of all of this, because it can be kind of tricky sometimes. Some election resources that you might want to look into for your campus is Students Learn, Students Vote. They offer quite a few grants. They're a national organization, and they've got a lot of great voter resources, but I'd say probably the #1 thing that they've helped us with in the past is with funding. So there's actually quite a few dollars out there that your campus can go after if you've got a solid plan. So talking to them in your grant applications about the events that you're going to hold and how you're going to get some of these harder to reach populations, such as college students, is super important. And we've had pretty good luck as far as getting money from them in the past. We talked a little bit earlier about National Voter Registration Day. So if you go to National Voter Registration Day, their website, you can get a lot of cool National Voter Registration Day swag. There's t-shirts, stickers, and if I remember right, in the past we got all that stuff for free from them. So they're really trying to promote their day and making sure that we get the most students registered. A cool designation you might want to go after is the voter-friendly campus designation. And all you really need to do is to put together a really well thought out action plan and form a group on campus of faculty, staff, and students that not only look at making sure that elections are and voting is something that's a priority for the campus during the election cycle, but year round each and every year. So this is kind of a committee that meets every few months and finds ways in order to make sure that voting access is available for students and that we're doing everything we can to make sure to encourage them to get out to vote. So you can actually be labeled as a voter-friendly campus, and there's some prestige obviously that comes with that, so that's always a good thing. And that's something that you can push out to the local media as well, and you can get some positive press out of it. We talked a little bit about the League of Women Voters. They have chapters all across the US. Chances are in your home community there's a local chapter. Reach out to them if you haven't already. Those ladies have been phenomenal with helping us in the past. So their main thing is getting people registered to vote, so they can be a huge help in that way. The All-In Democracy Challenge, that's another place where you can get some recognition for the work that you're doing, and it can help encourage folks on campus to get involved as well. So for instance, they go off of your National Student Learning Voting Engagement data to give you a different seal of approval as a campus. So for instance, I think if you get above 50% of your students in election cycle voting, you'll get the silver seal, and they'll place that on their website and they'll send you out information so they can get that out to local media as well. You can have it on your college's website. And then if you get over 60%, then you can get a gold seal. And I believe there's even a higher seal, the platinum seal, which probably is somewhere around 70 to 75% of your students actually voting. So definitely some things to help motivate students, that especially your volunteers, to really get as many students registered and out to vote as possible. And that's really the piece that we've found to be the most difficult. Is it's pretty easy for us to get students registered to vote. We have a fun event, we get students engaged. There's not a whole lot to registering to vote. Our state makes it super easy, which is awesome. But then how do you go from there and get them to the polls? So that's the piece that we've really been working hard on and trying to make sure that we up our actual voting number of our students. So I would encourage you to be thinking about that. Feel free to use some of these events, change some of them around if you'd like to. And then another piece is obviously you being part of Lead 'em In, you've heard of the Democracy Cup, and that's something that can also be a really great motivator. I believe they have awards for the highest voter total for community college, highest voter total for four-year universities, and I believe most improved. And they might even have a percentage award as well. I think they've done that in the past as well. But this is held in conjunction with the Secretary of State. So there, again, some really good recognition. And as you can see from that trophy there, pretty cool to have your college actually listed on that trophy. So that's all I have for you today. Wanted to keep this relatively short, but those are just a few of the events that we've had at CLC, and would really like to offer that if you have any questions or if you need any help with your voter engagement efforts, to reach out to me. My email there is listed, ehebner@clcmn.edu. Hope you have a great day.